illegal ADUs, the number one mistake that our investors are making just in the state of California, that I guarantee you might have one. You might have sold a property to somebody. You might be thinking about buying one with a bootleg unit. What do they call them? Bootleg units, illegal units, unpermitted units. You ever heard of them? Maybe it's a granny flat, maybe it's a garage, maybe it's a storage unit, maybe it's a basement, maybe it's you built one and you're thinking, I'm not gonna go get this permanent. Like, what exactly could really happen? What's the big deal? I mean, am I gonna get in that much trouble? Today in this video, I'm going to tell you what the number one thing that you probably don't even know. And I am baffled of how many people that are in the real estate game, whether they're agents, managers, lenders, investors, buyers, homeowners, you name it, that don't have a clue what I'm going to tell you in this video of how they're opening themselves up for huge liability. Number one, we're going to talk about that. And then we go through some other things that could really impact their property, from sales, from value, from getting a loan, and all that stuff. But hey, if we never met, my name is Kenny Simpson. Fun fact about me, because you wouldn't find this on this video, is I'm actually 6'7". The other fun fact is that you might look at this guy and say, hey, you look like just a Southern California surfer dude. Why should I listen to you? Well, don't judge a book by its cover, because not only am I a surfer dude, you got that right, I'm actually a data dude. I've been spitting data fire, basically doing videos like this to help you out, educate you for many, many, many years. So I love data. I live in the data, and I love to help people with real estate, whether it's loans, whether it's going through stuff like ADUs, whether trying to break down this complicated world that we live in of what's going on with interest rates and data and housing and all that stuff. So that's why you're here on this channel, because something caught your eye. So I appreciate you watching. And also too, not to mention, I focus on 1-4 unit financing. That means I help people buy and refinance with mortgages, whether it's your first time home or you're a real estate investor. I'm your guy. I've been doing that for 20 years, helped over 5,000 customers, funded billions of dollars of loans. And I shoot videos like this to help educate you and bring you aware of what's going on, like problems like with this ADU, or just in general, what's going on out there that affects the real estate business, whether it's values, appreciation, maybe a market crash, market correction rates, and then what's going on ultimately with the whole economy and how that can impact on real estate. So anyways, let's get back to the video, because we got some important things to go through. And guess what? We're going to dive right in to the number one reason that you're not thinking about that's going to crush your dreams, crush your hopes, but don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. I'm going to tell you the solution. I'm going to tell you what my client's done personally. I've done this personally, but I'm also going to give you a couple horror stories so you think I'm not joking. And if you don't believe me, like one of my clients, I'm going to use one of his videos as a testimonial. He went, hung up the phone, called his attorney, called back, said, oh my gosh, I thought you were BSing. I thought you didn't know what you're talking about. I thought you were exaggerating. You're actually right. So folks, what is the problem with owning an ADU in California that's illegal, unpermitted, whatever you want to call it? Well, there's a few things, but the biggest thing that you're not thinking about is the person that's living there. Yeah, your tenant, they're actually living in an unpermitted unit. It's not legal. That means you didn't go get the plans, the permits, certification, the sign off, all that. So basically, according to the state, right, of California, and even like federally, because that's why Fannie and Freddie have a tough time lending on these, they're like, there could be health and safety. Who did the plumbing? Who did the electrical? Like, how do we know this place isn't going to blow up? So what they're telling you in English is that you are putting a tenant in risk by letting them stay there. And most of the time, they're not aware. So what rights do tenants have? Well, in California, they have lots of rights. But here in the state of California, if a tenant's been living in your ADU, your illegal ADU, for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and let's just hypothetically, they've been paying you $1,500 a month. That's $20,000 a year. So they paid you $60,000 over 3 years. Can he get to the point? If they sniff around, they do a little Google, and they realize, wait a minute, the house I live in is not 3 units, it's a 2 unit. And they call you and go, hey, Kenny, yeah, is my unit, I noticed you live in this is 2 units, it's not 3 units. So is my unit legal? No, actually it's not. Oh, really? And they go type in illegal unit tenant, and they come to find out saying, wait a minute, I shouldn't be renting an illegal unit. Wait a minute, you should not be leasing me an illegal unit. Oh, I have rights. They call an attorney. And next thing you know, they realize they could actually come back to you and say, you owe me all my back rent for the last 3 years. You owe me movie expenses. You're going to pay for my attorney fees. Oh, and you listening going, Kenny, that would never happen. Good old Bobby, good old Mary, good old Susie over here, they love me. They would never do that. Well, folks, never is always in everybody's vocabulary until it happens. Until, like my clients, that they decided to go get the illegal unit permitted. And they told the tenant, oh, we have to come in here for measurements because we're getting this unit permitted. And the tenant went, what does that mean? And did some investigation, did some Googling, did some research, just like I mentioned, call an attorney. And then next thing you know, my client was settling out of court for $30,000 for back pay for moving. And yes, it wasn't fun. So to scare you, that's the point of this video, is if you're renting to somebody and your unit is not legal, yes, they could sue you for back rent. Yes, you could pay for moving expenses. And yes, the city, wherever you are, could come and tell you to get this problem resolved, get the unit legal, don't rent it out anymore, shut you down, make you convert it back. They can do lots of things. So the number one reason that you should be scared about doing that is your tenant can do this. So yes, you're aware now. If you don't believe me, well, go call an attorney, please do. And when they tell you that's absolutely right, you should then go, oh my gosh, what do I do? And what else could possibly be wrong with having an illegal ADU? Like, what else could I be getting into? So if you're going to buy a property, own a property, let's dive into some of the other bad things. But then let's talk to you, and we're going to end the video of how we're going to solve this problem for you, get it done quickly, get you back on track with your lender, with your insurance company, with your potential tenants, and just for peace of mind with yourself. So let's dive into the other things. So what are 4 of the things that could potentially harm you, come back to bite you in the ass, or things you want to know that could affect your property and other things involved with your property, your mortgage, your insurance, appraisals, if you have to refi, sell it, you're purchasing a property, if you have an illegal unit. Look, an illegal unit is very, very common in California, Southern California. We're not new to it. It is what it is. People just built them. Everybody kind of looked the other way. It is what it is. But now, since we have the ADU laws and it's getting more and more, it's getting much easier to get these approved. It could take 4 to 6 months with the right architect if they're simple and they're very easy to convert. And I'm going to share my story in the end of how we took at least one of the units ourselves and we've helped other clients convert an illegal unit that was being rented and just was a very easy fix. Got it permitted, added value to the property, and it was a win-win for everybody. So number 1, appraisals. If you are going to refi or buy a property, you could have an appraiser that decides to call all this out and say, this is illegal, you need to fix it, and just destroy your appraisal. Number 2, there's a lot of lenders that would not give you value. So if you're like, I'm buying a 3 unit, but there's 2 legal, the other one's illegal, maybe they built it, maybe it's a garage square footage, and then in the sale price of that property, you're actually buying that. You said, oh, I'll buy that, it's a 3 unit, it's really not, and then you're not going to get the value. It could be tough. So who you work with, what appraiser you work with, what lender work with matter. So make sure that if you're buying or refining, you're working with somebody like me that understands this problem, that knows how to basically work with lenders and appraisers to make sure we get exactly what we need to make sure we can facilitate a purchase or refi for you. Yes, there are lenders that are okay with this, but you got to know where to go. And you also got to know how to explain this to an appraiser to make sure it all makes sense. Number 2, refis can fall apart. Exactly. You can go get their appraisal, use whole limits 3 units. It comes back. There's a bootleg. The lender's like, we're not going to lend on this. It boats just like a purchase. Like I told you, who you work with matters. So if you've ever gotten blown up, you're living in a property now and there's illegal units and you can't get a refi done, or you want to purchase something, or you purchase something and it's got these issues, no problem. Reach out to me. I'll help you out. Number 3, the big one. You know that thing called insurance that's really hard to get? Well, guess what, folks? If insurance knows that you have an illegal unit and it's not legal and it burns down, there's a problem. Did you know they could potentially deny your claim? Yes. So I would definitely maybe not want to throw caution to your insurance person. But what I would do if you have an insurance broker, which you should have, especially if you're on real estate, because you can talk to them and then they can go hypothetically talk to underwriters and insurance companies for you, just like a broker. If you have a question about a loan or this, I can just go talk to an underwriter and get back to you. So what I would do is definitely call your insurance broker, talk to them about this and make sure it's cool, not cool. If it's not cool, what does that mean for you? If it's cool, like you're protected, you want to see this in writing, or how do you know? Verify that, but don't sleep on it, because some shit happens. You can be dead in the water with insurance. And number 4, if the city finds out, they, especially outside of California, maybe you can't get an ADU. Maybe it's just not an option. They could basically fine you daily. They can make you come in and shut it down, tear the unit apart. They can do a lot of things. So the city has rights. You got power. and they can make your life hell if they want to or so. Anyways, make sure you're complying and get this stuff done ASAP. So if you're in a place like California, let's just pick on San Diego here. We have an apartment building. It had one of the offices was an illegal unit. And when the ADU law came around, it was very simple. We submitted plans and permits, got it done. We had to fix a couple things in the unit just to bring it up to standards to meet that ADU compliance. And then it was probably 15, 20 grand out of our pocket with, fees, attorney, architect, all that stuff. We got it done. It added tremendous value to our property, price per door, whatever that was. We could add it officially now because it's legal. And then the tenant in there, we don't have to worry about anything. So anyways, you can go get this done simple. People worry about Kenny, but what if the city knows, aren't they going to shut it down? They're going to do this. Look, city is approving most of these ADUs. I'm not going to say all of them because I don't know if I go touch your building, your outhouse and it falls over, they might not. But if it's structurally okay, if it's built right and you can get around, some stuff you might have to do a little bit more work because it's like bad construction, or we call it Larry, the cable guy, did the remodel. And so you have to figure it out. But overall, there's a program called AB 2533. I'm going to read a little bit about that and what that is here in San Diego. So yes, starting January 1, 2025, California's new AB 2533 gives homeowners a chance to legalize unpermitted units that were built before January 1, 2020. San Diego's on board too. They let you apply for this retroactive permits if the units meet basic safety and liability standards, like I told you, livability standards, But, and this is huge, legalizing it now does not protect you from the past. It would protect you moving forward. So if you had tenants in there before, you brought it up to code, they can still sue you for what? Oh yeah, back rent. And you thought I was making that up? Why wasn't? AB 23 to AB 2533 is great for moving forward the right way, but it's not a wipe the slate clean law. Don't sleep on getting your unit legal ASAP. I've had clients that have been sued, had to pay back all the, cut that out. So guys, anyways, don't sleep on it. Go get it done. What are the steps you need to do if you're sitting on an illegal ADU? Kenny, what do you recommend? Here's a few quick steps. Number one is if you have a tenant in there right now, I would call, you have an attorney you dealt with, I would call them, make them aware what you're gonna do. Just get advice, even if you have to pay for that advice. Go tell your attorney in case shit goes the wrong way, the tenant finds out, get ahead of it. Number two, reach out to somebody that's in real estate that might have an architect. Get an architect, call them up, get them out to your house. What is it going to cost? What do you think you need to do? And all that stuff. Number three, have the architect, give them the money, submit the plans, permits, and do what they say and get going about it. If you have a tenant in there, maybe not make awareness. Maybe say if you got to get in there and do inspections, maybe tell them it's for an appraisal, a refi, insurance, but be careful about what you say, because if you use that trigger word, illegal, getting a permit, blah, 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 that could cause a problem for you. And last but not least, let me give you a little bit of tip. Let's say you got your plans, your permits, your approval, you're done, everybody's happy, you didn't get sued, you're going to get this thing wrapped up, and you have 12 things you got to do to your unit to bring to par. I'm going to give you a little hack here. It might work for you, it might not. Hack number one is if you have a wife or girlfriend or significant other, send them out there with the inspector. So yes, I'm going to say, call the inspector, Mr. Inspector. We would like you to come out to the property. I'd like to go through these things with you. Oh, I can't just do them. Well, I really like to go through them. I'm not really familiar with this stuff and I want to make sure I don't screw it up. The inspector comes out, for example, like we did, there's 12 things and you look at them. I said, Crystal, my wife, because it seems to be better, not a guy. Don't act like you know what you're doing. Don't all macho bicho and I'm this and I'm going to tell you what to do. Just be quiet, go with the list and just let them go through it. And then you get something like, hey, is it necessary to do all this? Or our guy just said, hey, look, if you just do these 4 things, 3 things out of the 12 things, I'm good with it. Well, we did that. And the other 9 things we didn't do. But what a lot of people do, they get the list of 12, they start doing them all, and they have the guy call out like, oh, you didn't do that or that. So call the inspector. Have your wife there because they seem to be nicer to women than men. Don't act like you know what you're doing. Just play a little bit dumb. Let the inspector tell you what exactly you need to do. Do what he says. Have him come back out and get it done. Yes, there could be a little dispute, a little argument, a little back and forth, but you know what I mean. So anyways, that's it, folks. So go get those illegal units permitted as soon as possible. My thought in my mind is at some point, 2-3 years down the road, 5 years, you didn't do this. I wouldn't be surprised the state of California or the city, these small cities decide to say, you know what? We gave you the option. We laid it out there. You ignored us. You didn't do the right thing. And the fines now, if we find out you have an illegal unit, not only are we going to require you to pay all the back rent, we're going to fine you $20,000, $50,000. You know what? They should. Because if you have an illegal unit, get the damn thing permitted. from liability for yourself and your family. Number 2, for insurance reasons. Number 3, if you're going to sell or refi the property, it makes your life much easier. Anyway, so thanks for watching. Love to hear your comments below. If I can help you with any of this stuff, reach out. You got my information below. Hey, also, I know you love this content because that's why you're watching. So like, subscribe, comment, share this with somebody. You should be sharing this. If you're a real estate agent, you should be sending this to your database. If you're a loan officer, send it to your database. If you're a property manager, send it to your database. If you're anybody, send it to your people. This provides so much value. I can't tell you how many people go, what? Before you go, I promised you a story. Here's a quick story. So had a client came to me. He's going to buy a 5-unit. It was 4. The 5th one was illegal. This is a short story. Basically, he said, I'm going to buy the 5th. I said, cool. I can get a loan done. Yeah, I can do that. So I was, but are you going to get this permit? No. Why not? Well, why? Just leave it. I said, do you realize you're up against this liability if you don't? He's like, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I said, call your attorney. And the guy doubted me. He wasn't sure. We were new. We just talked. And guess what? He called me back and said, you're right. And you're my lender for life. Anyways, that's the story. That's what we do here at the Simpson team. We make sure we take care of you, get your questions answered, give you all this great facts. Talk to you guys soon.